What's up, my wonderful Galaxians? It's Dr. Wookie. At the end of the video, going to be doing the drawing for the hat from that previous video, so definitely stay tuned. Today, we got a special opportunity. I don't know how many times I have said, man, I wish I got into Gala nodes at $2,000, at $1,000, shoot, even at $10,000. Okay, I didn't come around till Gala nodes were like 50,000 bucks. Okay, so Miria came along, right? And I was like, oh, I'll grab two of those. Already got my return on investment in there. Playable, okay. So always looking for these like really good deals essentially. And definitely what I'm going to talk to you about today, I think is a stupendous deal and is like some of those things getting in really early. And ironically, it's called Galaxis, so I can still call you my Galaxians. So, gonna talk about Galaxis, what they are, what they do, and then of course, like what the whole Galaxis Engine thing is. So, you have to know when people reach out to me, which I get tons and tons and tons of emails, my friends, and I ignore almost all of them. The only other person I've really worked with is Rack Nerd, which I've talked about many times, so you can get your cheap nodes. And this is the next one. I look into all the folks that email me, message me. Most of them, the projects are just meh, and I don't want to, shill them or talk to them to my community. But this one, Galaxis, this is something I definitely think can be big. Now let's talk about the Galaxis engine first off. What's really cool is it's basically a virtual node. What I mean by that is you're not running this on your computer. There's no software to run in the background. You don't have to worry about it at all. You purchase it, it's attached to your wallet, and every 24 hours you get your distribution. Now they have built on the Polygon network. So if you're not familiar, if you go to like MetaMask, you can actually choose your network up here at the top left. So Ethereum, Polygon, most people know what Polygon is. Layer 2, okay? So they're on the Polygon network. You just switch networks in your MetaMask, and then of course you can like bridge back and forth from that because Polygon's a layer 2. So they have 50,000 of these nodes. Now, specifically, these first 10,000 nodes that are sold are going to only be at $777, and you have to have a referral code to be able to purchase. So it's basically kind of like a private sale in a sense. So, of course, that link's down below. My referral code's down there, okay? Now, I partner with Galaxis. Like I said, I don't partner with most people. After that first 10,000, it's going to open up to the public to go ahead and just do the normal sale. The next 10,000 will be 1,000. Then, of course, the price will start to increase. Now, the engine allocation, basically each day you're getting 24% of the total supply. So the daily pool is about 1.6 of the Galaxis token, and we'll go into all the tokenomics and everything in a little bit. And then there's a daily bonus pool of 400,000 Galaxis, which you can stake your Galaxis token to earn the daily bonus pool. Yeah, I use the word staking. So when you're on the site, like a lot of crypto things and legal folks, when you go to like purchase it, there might be a checkbox that says, I confirm that I'm not a, resident of Korea or some other locations, including, oh, surprise, the USA, because Gary Gensler is annoying and the SEC. And of course, a lot of companies do that for just legal purposes so they can do staking and stuff like this because this company is based in Switzerland, one of the just best crypto places in the world. So you'll earn the daily Galaxis reward. There's that bonus pool. You can get a launch key and mine launch keys later on. Launch keys are going to be real important, and we'll talk about why in a little bit. And then, of course, there's some voting weight. So before we get into what Galaxis is, just a little bit about the way the little, ecosystem works here. So you have the rewards pool here, which users can stake Galaxis token to get some of that rewards pool. Now, if you have a Galaxis engine, of course, by having one, you're getting your engine incentive, which is that Galaxis token each day, which of course, like I said, you can stake. Any other normal community members can earn Galaxis with a small portion of the ecosystem, which is always cool, right? Kind of like play and earn with Gala Music, Gala Games, Gala Film. There's going to be this whole like, hey, if you're part of the ecosystem, you can earn a little bit, right, of the token. And if anybody purchases Galaxis token, they can use your engine to stake, and then of course you get a small little percentage of that as well. So launch key, here's the important part. So creators, actors, celebrities, anybody like that who wants to basically build on Galaxis, their NFT membership community club kind of deal, they need a launch key. Now, if you don't want your launch key, you can sell that or give it to a creator. And what's cool is you will actually get a percent of the royalties from that creator of whatever they like sell, earn, all that kind of fun stuff. Okay. So in short, Galaxis Engine, you got this launch key mechanism, creating communities. This person who creates a community, they can create membership cards, they can put utility traits to it, create collections with more utility traits, create sticker books, set up vaults, set up marketplace, and we're going to talk about how all of that works. Now, I know this is a bunch of information. I'm definitely going to be making additional videos on Galaxis to kind of get in depth with some of this other stuff. And they're not paying me to make each of those videos, okay? It's just something like, I'm like, hey, this is a cool project. I want to talk about it. So what does Galaxis do? The biggest thing they do, right, the mainstay of Galaxis is they basically are taking something that takes like 60 days of development time for a creator, actor, musician, whatever, and in 2 hours of development time with a intuitive no-code interface, creators can rapidly deploy these membership collections and complete with sophisticated traits and functions. So Galaxis was basically the first ones. I think they made ether cards, and they had different traits on them. And what was really cool is these were like the first like upgradable NFTs that could change, right? And actually kind of like have a life of their own. So that was what was the big thing that started Galaxis, is they used to be the ether cards. And then now, after they went ahead and they did a bunch of drops. We'll talk about some of those in a bit, but you can have like autograph perks, exclusive badges, online meetings, redeemable items for these drops. And what I mean by that is, one of the things is they did Mike Tyson. So they did his drop. And if you got the ultimate Mike Tyson 1-of-1 NFT, you got full expense paid trip to Mike Tyson's ranch, boxing lessons with Mike Tyson, sparring session with him, and all this kind of fun stuff, right? And the bid was around like 100 ETH for that. Now, this is not a small little group, okay? They worked with NBA's The Association. These NFTs, they could upgrade depending on how like they're performing like in the NBA games. And then you have Steve Aoki, which most people know. He made the Dominion X collection, and that was on Galaxis as well, okay? So, in short, this is not a small company. They sold 225,000 NFTs on the secondary market. They've made 32,000 in ETH. That's like $60 million, okay? They've done 50 project collaborations, and like I said, that average deployment time, only 2 hours. That's the big cool thing about them. Now, their founder, which I'm going to pop down to here, is Andras Christoph, okay? If you look him up, basically he was the CTO at Viki.com. That was like a Korean Netflix kind of thing. And when they sold that, it was a $200 million sale. And then he made like the very first Bitcoin ATM in Singapore and has like tons of blockchain experience. They have a big team if you go to their site and just kind of look around. So I always encourage you, right? Make your own financial decisions, where you want to put any kind of risk. Definitely look into it. They've been around since 2021, have done a lot of work with Chainlink, with Polygon. The Galaxis platform is going to be launching in full in the next couple of months here. And then, of course, they just started this engine sale, okay? Yesterday, okay? And the reason I bring that up, and I'm like wanted to get this video out really quick, is because they've already sold 1,040. This number keeps going up. 1,040 in like a 24-hour period, okay? And you might not think like, oh, it's not a huge amount, but remember, this is basically kind of like private sale right now. And of course, the earlier you get in, of course, the more tokens you're going to be able to come across. Now that the CEO of Galaxis, that Andras Christoph, I'll put this down below in case you want to read this kind of Q&A that he had with building a post-hype NFT platform. And so, in short, they've done a lot of different things. If you look through, I can't cover it all, but one thing they did is like with the Punk Royale, they've given away, I think, 30 CryptoPunks now. So what they did with their Etherscan cards, they had traits on there where you had an NFT ticket. And so you could put your card against another card. And it was basically kind of randomization, 50-50 who's going to win. But as you won and won up, and once you get to the top, you won that CryptoPunk, which was super cool. You could actually burn one of the traits on your NFT to boost the other card to make it like 3-1 instead of 1-1. So I thought that was like really, really cool kind of stuff that they're doing. I've talked with this team, with like Miria and stuff. Like I've never been able to talk to the team, a lot different. I've already been able to talk with this team, and they've definitely made me feel like just really good. I think this is super cool platform, and I think it can be really big, with creators and stuff. I'm definitely going to be talking to a lot of creators that I already know, because I think we could definitely have some really cool communities here, or even some of the just guilds that we already have in Gala. I talked to Neil Haran with Rep, and he said that for sure they'd be able to at some point, with like the treasure hunting we're going to have, where you're finding a treasure chest, you open it up, there's an NFT. How cool would it be if I had like a Dr. Wookie NFT membership card, that you could do a treasure hunt for, you open it, and it would be on the Polygon network, okay? And so that's why I was talking to Neil Haran. Hey, you're built on Galachain. would it be possible to do something like that? And he said yes, right? So that was pretty exciting to hear that, yeah, that's something they could do. Of course, that would be later on, right? Because obviously they're getting all the Galaxy integration in with RIP. But I definitely just didn't want to, leave you guys hanging, because people are like, hey, what are you kind of involved in? Because with the Myriad nodes, I didn't tell anybody that I got a couple playable, right? I didn't talk a whole bunch about it. And I feel bad because, I have already returned investment on some of those. So the tokenomics behind this, because that's what people want to know, right? 7.5 billion Galaxis token. Okay, here's the pie chart. You can see the nodes is 24%. Ecosystem is 10%. So like I said, if you're part of the ecosystem, engaged, you can earn some there. Marketing 10%, development 6%, advisory 6%, team is 15%. Now, there's this pie chart, okay? But when you kind of scroll down, you look at like the monthly stack circulating supply, and you look at how everything's going. For the first year, the team is not getting anything, okay? So for the vesting schedule and everything, they're not able to get any of the Galaxis token early. And if you look right now at like the very first month, it's basically nodes and then just going to be liquidity. Now, the token generation event hasn't occurred yet. They're putting the engines on first. People are going to be able to obviously start building up, and then there's going to be the token generation event where you'll be able to actually generate the Galaxis token. So you can see this. I'll put this link down below as well, so you can kind of look at the wiki.galaxis. But I want to know, what do you guys think? Once again, I'm putting some of my own money. Okay, so this isn't Galaxis, but I'm putting some of my own money and going to purchase some of these Galaxis Engine nodes. But I have partnered with Galaxis to bring you this, talk about this, because I think this is just an exciting opportunity, and I just love where it can kind of go with this. So I'm definitely going to be talking to just a bunch of Gala members and community members that I know too, and guilds and different things, and see what we can kind of come up with to make some kind of cool membership stuff. So anyways, let me know down below what you think. And before we sign off, of course, let's go over to our YouTube random comment picker. Let's go ahead and click fetch. Basically on the last video, you just had to type in the word hat, and you were entered in to win this hat. The last winner was Rob the Collector, which he got his hat. Hope he's enjoying that. So we're going to go ahead and just click all this. 42 people entered, and we have Germanatolia. So The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss. I have read that book. It's a very good book. So definitely shoot me a message on Twitter or Discord. Let me know that you were the winner so I can get your address and get that sent out to you, my friend. As always, stay warm, Wookiees.